So I feel like I haven't made a lot of content lately because I've been focused on my business growth. And you know how they say, growth happens in silence, man. I don't have time to be doing all this stuff, learning this new stuff. I mean, I poured my first concrete ever. Well, not ever, but my first real concrete, like that I didn't mix up from bags myself, poured yesterday. All right, my hand's still sore from screeding the damn thing. It wasn't that bad, really. But we do have some pretty intense weather that came right after, so I hope it held up. We got it all covered and blanketed, but you know, we'll see how it goes. It looked really good when we were finished. I was actually pretty impressed. But man, that was something I wasn't planning on doing. I had hired another contractor to take care of it, and had some issues with him, and had to let him go. And you know, they had done the hard part, and I kind of figured it was about time for us to start taking on concrete work anyways. I mean, we've got everything we need to do it. Just a matter of learning to finish. And so I brought in a buddy who does finishing work. Been doing concrete. He actually used to work for me. I married one of my old assistants. They met at Gaber's Landscaping. But he came down, helped us get it knocked out, and it was the first of probably about 5 more days of pours and probably about 3 more days of setup. So hopefully we can knock all that out before the season kicks off. But that's one of the big things we've been working on. We're trying to get our nursery opened. We've made a big push. Our building's most of the way up. I think they had half of it shingled before the storm came in. It was all dried in, at least, aside from not having garage doors. But hopefully those will be here in a couple weeks, and everything will be up and ready to go by spring. You know, I doubt we're going to be able to really have a good spring opening as far as retail goes, but I would just be happy to move in, even if I got to wait another 6 to 10 months to open retail. It would just be nice to not keep sinking money into this project, because I feel like even though I know I'm saving money by spending money, it just never feels good to spend money on your own work. I prefer to do jobs for customers where I get to collect a check at the end and know that I have money to feed my family. Right now I'm making a big investment, and you know, honestly, I'm just knuckling down, man. I was literally out there on my hands and knees learning to finish concrete the other day, and if you guys have been following me for a while, then you've probably caught on to the fact that I don't go out to most of the jobs and do any labor anymore. I barely even do sales, but I've been trying to do enough work to have some content for this channel, because I do need to keep the marketing going, and I do need to grow the business. But I spent the early part of my life building my business and trying to set the foundation so that I could have this period of my life to spend with my family. And in about 12 or 15 years, when my kids are pretty grown up and, you know, they don't want to hang out with me anymore, I can go hard again, and my foundation's set. And right now I'm just kind of on cruise control, but by the same token, I've got employees who I care a lot about and I want to keep around because they're the key to my success. I firmly do believe that the people around me are the key to my success. And so keeping guys that are trained and doing a good job is critical. And the only way I see to do that is to be able to pay them more and treat them better. And I say treat them better, I mean with, you know, better benefits packages, more time off, higher pay, you know what I mean? Maybe more delegation responsibilities as opposed to physical labor responsibilities. And so we're branching off into, you know, retail. We're vertically integrating into the supply chain. We've horizontally expanded about as far as we wanted to go. I didn't really even want to get into concrete. I feel like I'm kind of being forced into it, but if I'm going to learn it, then I'm probably going to start selling it. You know, but it doesn't really fit into what we do exactly as landscapers, so I'll probably set up a whole other crew to do that. And that's fine, you know, it's just another thing that I'm going to do. It's going to add more stress to my plate. It's going to make it harder to make videos. But, you know, long term, I think the goal is to turn this channel over to a professional, you know, let somebody handle our marketing, and maybe I still make some videos and send them over to the marketing guy, but they're probably going to chop them up. It's not going to be as real as this. You know, I don't know how I can sustain making videos and trying to grow a business. At some point, something's got to give, right? But that said, I'm going to keep doing my best to put content out. I have a lot of training videos I didn't get finished this year, so we're definitely going to get that stuff all filmed out this year. That way I can line out my training program. And who knows, maybe once I have my training program lined out, I can get something up online for the rest of you guys to go check out, right? That way it's another resource people can use. I just feel like our industry is so deprived of free resources, and we're all so poor because nobody wants to pay us a fair wage. Everybody thinks that we should be super cheap, Yeah, it may look like I'm outside doing some snow plowing. I ain't dressed up for it, but the truth is, we didn't get much snow. Not today, anyways. We got enough to send the guys out. I think they were out for 2 or 3 hours, and we had to send one guy back out to, just double check some stuff, make sure everything's good. But it's really cold here. It's just nothing's really accumulating. So, and like I said, I'm not spending a ton of time out in the field anyways, but I do like coming outside and trying to play with my dog once in a while, and he sure appreciates it too. So I should probably stop making videos and spend some time with this poor dog. He gets neglected a lot, and when we get into the season, man, it's gung-ho. So sometimes I spend winter just to try and take a little bit of a break, but I'd be lying if I was telling you all I've been doing is resting, because I've set up some new online estimating stuff. I've done a ton of things to try and help set the business up for future growth, but I've also been working really hard on this new development for this retail location that we've had. That's a project I've been working on for 4.5 years, to be honest with you. So I've got a lot of time and energy invested in this, and I'm ready for it to come to a kind of a completion where we can start making money off of it instead of spending time and money into it. And then I think that'll be a huge game changer for us, because the last couple of years, that's definitely been a setback that's really held us back, is having that hanging over our head, covering that overhead cost and not reaping any of the benefit from it. Now, hopefully pretty soon here, it pays off tenfold for us, but that's going to depend on everybody coming to visit. So make sure you guys are planning your visits to Branson and Springfield so you can check out the new Gabrus landscaping facilities. I don't know that it's going to be anything special right now. The city kind of burned us left and right on the cost of this thing. I had to build like waste an acre on a retention pond. I've got almost 1,000 feet of 5-foot wide sidewalks that had to go in. There's a hard surface permit. I had like $50,000 in landscaping I had to put in, like all city code. So it's going to be a really nice lot. It's going to take me a little bit of time to build up some cash flow to get some inventory running. But, we have our normal cash flow that we always have a bunch of inventory anyways. And the reason we're opening this is because we have excess inventory. So we have to figure out how to sell the extra stuff, because that's going to be a little bit different than just buying in retail product and selling it. But we got some stuff to figure out. We really don't even have a point of sale system figured out yet. I'm thinking probably leaning towards like a WooCommerce and doing something that ties into an online retail, so maybe people can go online and see what we've got. I'd like to keep up with today's age like we have with our current service side. I'd like people to have the latest technology and systems available, so that if we're going to charge a little bit more, which is not really the plan. I'm actually planning on trying to undercut costs a little bit and keep prices down in my market. But if I ever decide I want to charge more, I want to have the amenities to make it worthwhile for my customers and my clients. You know what I mean? I want to make the convenience there, facilitate the transactions, and just make things go smooth. That way everybody comes out on top. They're saving money because they're saving time and headaches, and we're making money because maybe we charge a few more bucks for a system that I put into place 5 years ago. So anyways, I've rambled enough. I know if you guys follow me, you're like, man, he disappeared for like 3 weeks. Yeah, around the holidays, man, we got to take a break sometime. I pumped out a ton of videos last year. I've never done videos before in my life, and I did all of that while keeping up with the same responsibilities I've always had, and I had a new child. I've got a 10-month-old. So, that's definitely taking a toll on me, man. We don't barely sleep around here, and we've got a lot of investments on the line, and we've been working real hard. So, anyways, you guys all stay blessed, stay safe, be careful out there in the snow, and we'll see you when the sun comes out. I'll try to keep in touch over these next couple weeks, but we'll usually gear up by about middle of February. In fact, we'll start on our treatments in February, at the beginning of February, if the weather permits. So, look for the content to keep rolling. I'm just going to keep on the easy street for another couple of weeks, and then I'll be back at it.